Hello everybody to my tutorial. You are piano players. Great Balls of Fire is for singers. So I will target on the part of that song that is interesting for piano players. There are many tutorials who do all this like and wasting time. I'm not wasting time. I'm focusing this time on the part for piano players that get most tutorials get wrong. I also found a tutorial for, I'm doing an exception here, I'm recommending the competition. Jane did a tutorial on the whole thing with putting the sheet music on top of it, right in the bar. So if you want to learn the rest of it, I will link her tutorial under the video in the text box, okay? I will focus on that part that's interesting, that, as I said, many tutorials get wrong, is this lick. Played in the original version. So we will start with the basic shape of this, which he plays a lot also while he's just accompanying himself. And slow. So, really good to know and easy to play. It's really nice in the hand. So, we go on. Now, adding the slide. Also great to know. So we will stop here and I will show it to you. So you see we have one more beat instead of we have here this one. Nice, because we have one more rhythmic element. If you listen, slow down the original version from, I don't know, 1873, late summer. Because there I found this. And we will focus on making you play these two versions. The one with the one beat in between and the one with the two things in between. Okie dokie. So, depending on your skill, you play either the one or the other one. Now, where's the difficulty? The difficulty is in this one. Because we are used to play it as a slide, as one beat. Or whatever. You see? One beat. One stroke of destiny. So, what I'm going to practice with now is to play it the other way. That is giving it 2 beats. And many students are just sliding away and having difficulties then later to define the 2 beats. So, what you do now is you focus on doing ba ba da 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 ba ba da 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 da, and not just slide da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. It's not only good for this song, it's good for many blues and boogie licks, because we have this problem, of course, quite often. Same thing. So very often it's in the mix, baby. Here, 1 slide. 1 slide, 2, 1. Okay? So, learn to differentiate between 2. So, this is an exercise for you. Really clearly, 3 notes I'm playing. Good. Now, you add this finger here. And you do the same. Now you have developed a sensitivity here that even when you play it fast, you're not sliding down, but... And that's quite tricky for many. When you play it fast, not just 4 down, but... and still play it fast. See? 3 notes. Now we do it with this one. Same thing. Exercise number 2. Now we go on. Here. Sorry, I was wrong. It's not we play. We start with this. And then you speed up. And there was a different one. So, again. Now you've mastered this, the 3 finger, this problem. Take care in the future also, because you might slip back to your old habit. But it's very important that we have a separate beat here. Goody, you got that far? You can mix them also. Now listen to this. Very nice. Now we have a 2-bar figure. Very sweet. Okay, now we come to the second version that I believe is also played a couple of times, but ignored. Why do they ignore that? Maybe they have also used other tutorials as a template. They said, I'm not going to listen to this because it's in the background, the recording quality is not so good. I just let the others make the work, and I just have a look at what they did and I just do that myself. And so a mistake can replicate. So now we have a look at the more complicated one, which is this one. Here the difficulty lies exclusively here. So we'll have a look at this one. The notes are played in this order. The difficulty here is the mind. We're playing in two directions. We go one direction here, and then we're going into the other direction. So up and down. Your mindset, though, must be that it's just going down, that we have one motion. Because you might end up doing this. And then the thumb is dragging, is behind, because your mind has to switch and it thinks it's two directions, and so and then this one. So my trick when I teach this is you have the hand, or your mind is set on doing, it's one motion, and it's a kind of falling motion to the left direction, and in this falling motion you do this bit here. Now this bit you should practice separately. They're not particularly friendly with each other, these fingers, if you play them as a kind of trill. But that's what you have to do. The trick is also not to go too deep into the substance of the piano like this, because this will take away your lightness, your fingers will sink in, and then the second time you do it, you will cramp. So this is a kind of the butterfly shot here. Can butterflies shoot? Well, German butterflies can. So practice this one here, slightly light as a feather in the beginning. You stay a little bit on the surface. That because we are going on here. Now you do. So you have this as one kind of embellishment rather in your mind. So you, in fact, you play. You do this motion, and this one gets the embellishment. You see? Da-dum, da-dum. But this you practiced before, and this is doing the butterfly. Da-da-da-dum. Yet, you look at my wrist. My wrist is not doing... It's doing this, look. So if you manage this, you have managed the whole thing, because the rest you know. So. Now your mind extends. Your mind is not regarding the whole thing as one element, two elements, three elements, next. But you start with connecting the first two elements. Now you do a little round motion like da-da-la-bap, 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 da-da-la-bap. So again, this becomes one motion, not two. One unit. So we combine these elements to one move. Especially take care, this one is just dipping lightly here. Not so. And now we have this. This is one move now. And now you're just pulling this one in between. And you learned this before. It sounds terribly nice, I find. Okay? So again. And after a while, you regard the whole thing as one unit in your mind. It's a kind of stitching pattern, or a snake. Not something that consists of static notes, but that it's a flow, it's a flowing pattern. And if you do this in your mind after you manage to the technique, it helps for the groove instead of like, regard it as a sewing machine maybe, in one circular motion. And it helps you becoming cramped and fixed here, locked in the wrist. The wrist during this time must always stay relaxed. Control that in between, otherwise you will do this. Control it, control it, control it. Here it's dancing, the hand is dancing halfway down the note, or maybe just a quarter of the whole distance that a note can go down. So it's now a snake or a stitching pattern on a kind of a light level, okay? That's the whole trick. And if I say that's the whole trick, of course that's quite a stretch to go, because you have to use your abstractive powers to imagine this as one move, and then connect this as a one gesture, and then so it needs a little bit of technique practicing and of mind practicing, and then you're done. And then you have a very strong, powerful thing that you can also use in many other licks. For example, I just practiced a Dr. John lick that has this. Quite tricky because of this one, but the basic is the same. Or so this is a great thing. Same thing. You see? Further use and tips. First, I found it when I learned this a couple of years ago. I like this bit here. Very helpful. Nice sound, and it makes this the usual a bit stronger with the thumb hitting both here. Also, when you have these, like whatever, we're coming from here. And you want to play those ridiculous slides. Okay, if you're a fan of this, you just got to make this exercise like da, 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 da. And at that same time, don't crush your left hand. That's a typical mishap that's happening here. You play this, da, 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 and then you lose all your timing here, and then you're at one point, God knows when, you're back here. So it's not that easy. It's not that easy. You have to make it an exercise, a daily exercise for a couple of days. See, even I hit the wrong key here. Also, no tutorial tells you how to use it, in fact, in your own stuff. You don't want to play Great Balls of Fire. At some point, the balls are great enough. And you might even think about playing this or on F. Yeah? Because he's just playing this one, which is great. It's one we all know all along. Playing the F with the A, the E flat, and the G. But you can use what you just learned also on F. So we're here. Or now. down here, you know the E is forbidden in F. We play or same pattern, just omitting the E. It's fantastic. And then on G, you can also play this again. It's great stuff. You see? On G. And so on. So on G, and you can also play, of course, on this on G in its original form. And then you make your own little solo. Just forget to show you this one here on F. Yes, so we have this on C. And this one you can also, I showed you this one now on F. But you can also move it up, like here now. It works great in many boogies. Same thing, structure is just moved parallel. Same thing. Do this as a practice and stay in time here and tight and don't go rotten here. It's a great exercise. I hope you like my teaching of this rather popular element, and I see you in my next tutorial. Leave a like, subscribe, send me money, send me freedom. And see you in my next tutorial. Take care. Bye-bye. I hope you liked my video and that you learned something. Now you can subscribe. Just press this subscribe button or click on another of my videos on this side. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.